Welcome to the Crazy Town Podcast. I'm Jonas.
I'm TNT John. I'm Mike the Explosive One. Let's crack into another one.
TNT.
Diddy-less week.
Yeah.
No Diddy.
What did he do? So how do you feel about like astrologers and psychics and tarot readings and all that kind of stuff? How do you feel?
Oh, the mystics, huh? Well, Jonas, I think it would be insane. Oh, see, you asked me questions. I'm going to answer it. I think it's insane for people to think that there have not been cases of this, that the government has, taken into like secret programs and stuff where these people are utilized. I've never met one. I know you saw one in Vegas.
Yeah, recently I went to one. Yeah, I've been to one a few times in my life.
I've heard people say is that they've had experiences with them. I'm a skeptic. But on the same note, I do think that I don't know everything, and the government have had cases in the past where they've used people like this to find people, to find compounds. They've used this type of not technology, but these type of people with special abilities in conflicts before.
Well, I know you knew people back in the day that messed with tarot. Have you ever been to like an actual like psychic for a tarot reading?
No.
You've never like went to one and paid for one?
No. I had a girlfriend when I was a young Dynamite Junior who was into it, and yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they read your cards or whatever. But
yeah, brother, I got that tarot card story. I don't know if, I don't want to necessarily go into it again. You got to find it.
That's fine. Yeah, it's on the podcast. Go listen to all 900 episodes.
Digging the crates trying to find a tarot card story.
It's in there. So, but yeah, like, so I went like when I was like young, like early 20s. And like it was like in Ohio, it was like some lady and she was just rambling, and I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. She was like, whatever. But I went when I was in Vegas, and that lady she actually hit on a couple things that like I'm like, lady, I don't know how you would know this. Like, so I mean, I go in with an open mind. I don't walk out with like this is what's happening in my life or whatever. So the reason I ask is I found a story about a woman who used Chat GPT. So it's called AI tasseography. It's a form of divination that interprets shaped left by tea leaves or sometimes coffee grounds or wine sediment after a cup is drank. So she uploaded a picture of her husband's empty coffee cup with like the residue in the bottom, and Chat GPT told her that he had a mistress and her name began with an E. So then she did her own coffee cup, and it told her that he was already cheating. So what do you think she did?
Hopefully she, look. I'm going to not be misogynistic this episode, John. Okay, I'm swearing to you. I swear to you I'm not going to be a misogynist this episode. I'm not a misogynist IRL. What she should have done is turned off the program, went and turned on the TV, maybe turned on some stories or something. Maybe the
turned on some stories, like at tea time.
I mean, she's insane, Jonas, and this is what insane people watch.
Man or woman, insane.
Yeah, if you're in insane asylum, this is what you watch. You watch, The Price is Right, and
I love The Price is Right.
Yeah.
But so
insane.
She didn't even talk to her husband about it and filed for divorce.
That's what I thought she was going to do.
And it was funny because later in the story it says a year ago. She says, it seems that the woman has a penchant for believing mystical guidance. A few years ago, she visited an astrologer, and it took her a whole year for her to accept that none of it was real, her husband said.
See, brother, I rest my case.
Like,
my man's is married to an insane woman. Like, could you imagine?
So, like, you have like a full, like...
What?
You have, like, a full relationship for years with your wife,
and she's insane,
and a Chat GPT and coffee grounds tell you that he's cheating on you.
Mental health is a real thing. Okay, look, we gotta get down to the point here.
Okay,
is that there is literally people out there married to people who are just clinically insane, brother. And I know what you're thinking. I don't know. I was married. Not saying she's insane, but I'm saying that's what you're thinking. No, I mean like really insane. I mean like this level of like I believe psychics and
I believe ChatGPT.
AI psychic? I believe the AI psychic.
I would believe a soothsayer over ChatGPT any day. I don't even believe ChatGPT now.
I don't understand how you could get married to like an alcoholic and an insane person who you know she's insane. Is what, she hot or something? Like even if she's hot, I'm not marrying an insane person. I can barely tolerate sane people, let alone an insane person.
You know, but here's the thing though. Like people who are like desperate. Like I feel
desperate
like
for what? What do you mean?
But like I think when sometimes people are like so lonely or whatever, they find someone that will give them attention, and then they ignore any red flag, like, oh, you abuse me verbally, physically, whatever. They get drunk all the time. They're just a complete dick to you, whether it's a man or a woman. Like, or like you put up with them, like listening to ChatGPT psychics, like it, and like they just can't fathom letting that person go, even though they're toxic for them.
And then you end up with like Stockholm syndrome, where you're trapped in this and you're just accepted as normal.
Yeah, you're like, well, we're so entwined now, I might as well just see what happens. And you're like,
and not even like the whole entwined thing, but like it's like if you are in Texas and it's hot, you get used to it being hot, and you walk outside and you're like, oh, and then you go back up North Ohio and you're like, it's freezing out here, brother. It's 72.
Yeah, I guess if your relationship is constantly an emotional roller coaster, you just forget that there are relationships that are normal.
Brother, and I know you've been through that. You know, like
we've all been through that, man. Where like your relationship is so not normal that you just think it's normal, and then you get out of it and you're like, God damn, that was not normal.
Brother, speak for yourself. I get out when the getting's good.
Get out when the getting's good.
I'm sorry,
I like
man.
that.
I'm the extreme opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to that type of stuff, man. It's like, okay, you starting to like show signs of insanity. I know I'm insane, all right, but I'm like, all right, I guess it's time for me to no longer be here. You know?
It's time for me to no longer be here.
That's my
like.
idea.
I feel like if I was married, dating someone, and they were like, the ChatGPT AI told me that you're cheating on me. And I feel like she didn't go to him, which obviously was the first problem. Well, probably the second problem.
I'm wondering if maybe he was showing signs of something.
Yeah, or just like, because if you're in a bad relationship, like sometimes if you bring something up to someone, it's just going to go terribly. Like she's like, if I bring this to him and say that ChatGPT told me he's cheating on me, it's not going to go well. I'm like, well, goddamn right it won't, because that sounds crazy if you say that out loud.
It really does.
Like, well, even if it was the guy bringing it to the girl, anything. If anyone said to me, my partner's cheating on me, ChatGPT told me so, I would be like, you're insane.
Yeah, but this is not the first case with this chick. Like the dude said, it took her years to figure out that some issue that psychic said was not true. So she's been showing warning signs for a long enough time. Honestly, does he just take it the bait? You think?
I mean, no, he refused.
He refused to get divorced?
Yeah, he didn't accept it. He had to be like served papers and whatnot. Like it says that she said I want to get divorced, and he was like no. Yeah.
He said no?
But maybe it's like, but here's the thing. Okay, then here's the devil's advocate side to that. Because sometimes, like, I know there's people that, like, you date someone and you know that they have a mental issue.
Yeah.
And, like, you're like, I accept them for that. And I know sometimes they're going to, like,
okay,
they're going to lose control of their emotions, or they're going to do something kind of crazy or whatever.
Okay.
And you're like, and I'm going to accept them for who they are, and we'll work through it. I know they don't mean it. So maybe that was the case.
Oh.
But, like, I don't know, dude. I
guess you're right, man. I shouldn't be counting out. Insane people deserve love, too.
You're not wrong.
There you go. You know, Joe, honestly, you changed my heart. You changed my heart. You know what? You stand by your insane alcoholic boyfriend and or girlfriend. You stand by that chick that thinks she sees aliens every night. You know, she do a little too much cocaine. You stand by her, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good chick. She likes to throw shit in the bathtub and turn on the spigot. You stand by that bitch.
God damn. All right. Well, That's all the time we have for today's episode. Go to thecrazynow.com, subscribe for Jonas.
TNT.
We have